So sometimes you burn your motor windings, sometimes you cut it with a longer screw, like I did, but now you learn how to fix your motors instead of throwing them away. So what winding basically is just replacing the copper winding or wire on the stator, which is what you're seeing right here on a video. For this, we're gonna need a box for the old copper. The motors you damaged, in this case I have one 0702 and I have also the 12025 I damaged stupidly. Some pliers. You need a caliper as well, just to measure what is the diameter of the enameled copper wire, which you also need to buy. I'll show you how do you know which one to buy, okay? So don't worry about it. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so also a magnet. And if you do FPB, I expect you to have at least a soldering iron and some tools. And we can start. So the first thing obviously is going to be taking the motor apart. And for that, we're gonna start taking this little clip here. This is the C-clip, and we're gonna do it right now. So take your tool, and what I like to do is that I like to place this magnet right here. So when I push the C-clip, it won't go flying to outer space. And it flew, freaking son of a bitch. But you're gonna put your finger at the other side in case it actually goes off. Okay, so finger on the other side, push. Okay, right there, you see? Now it's out. So take this C-clip and save it as your own life. I'm gonna put it right here. Now that you have your C-clip off, we're gonna take the bell off. So pull the bell. If you don't know anything about motors, that's the bell, which is the rotating part. And the other one is the stator, which is the static thing. So pull, that's it. This right here is very important. This is the brass bushing and it goes on both sides of the motor. One is right where the C-clip was holding the motor, and the other one is in the shaft inside the bell, so don't lose them. First thing you want to do before you even start is knowing how thick is going to be the new enamel copper wire you're gonna buy. In this case, I only took this little piece right here, and with my caliper, yeah, it's working. This is 0.29 millimeters thick. You can see this tip right here. That's what I just measured, the thickness. What I did was that I bought this enamel copper wire from AliExpress, and it's 0.3 millimeters. Now we're gonna start stripping the motor apart. But what you wanna do is, in case you have the same motor, well, you're gonna have to take this off. You see this came off right here. You want to save this part. Don't throw it away. So try to be very careful with it. You can pull, just a hard pull will do right there, right? Hard pull, and that's it. And this is connected to each one of the wires here. So you can see here, we have 3 wires. And here, there's also going to be 3 wires. And I'll explain why. First of all, this is the stator, whole part right here. That copper wire is called the winding. And the winding sits and is looped around the armatures of the stator, okay? Which is this. What you're gonna do is that we have 9 armatures here. So that means each cable will be looped around one of the armatures, 3 of the armatures I mean, and that's it. So for example, this cable right here will be looped here, then we jump these 2 here, we jump these 2 here, and that's it, right? So 1, 2, 3. Same goes around with the other cables, and you're gonna understand a little bit better later down the road. So the first step is going to be finding the end of the wire. You can, yeah, you see, I just grabbed it there, and now we start unwinding the motor. And you might notice, you can do this with your hand as well, you might notice that the copper wire, sometimes it's gonna break, for example here. And that happens because this is done with machines, and those machines are perfect, and they tighten the copper wire and loop it perfectly, and that tension is actually going to make this copper wire much fragile once you are unlooping it. Before taking everything, as you can see here, please grab one of the cables and try to count how many loops on the stator right there. In my case, and in these motors, which are the X1202.5 8000 kV, it's going to be 13 loops. So you'll want to probably go to 13 loops as well, so the motor is exactly the same. There's also some things you want to understand. You can modify the motor kV by doing this that we're doing right now. You have to know what you're doing, so please, if you don't know what you're doing, keep the same number of loops, and if you cannot achieve that number of loops because you're not a machine, make it at least the most similar, okay? So in my case, I already know it's 13 loops because I counted the first time, and I already know that I can only loop it 10 times by hand because my fingers are not that precise, okay? So in this case, I can only loop it 10 times. So that means this motor is not going to be 8000 kV anymore. It's going to be more around 10,400 kV if we do the math, okay? So that's something to keep on mind, okay? Now I finished one. You can see that I finished one because 3 of those armatures are done. So that's one cable, 2 more left. Okay, so finally the last part right there, and as you can see, all the stator is free of copper wire. Now what you can do is you can probably pick all of these up. Now comes the fun part, which is going to be winding again. And what you're going to do is you're going to start pulling a little bit, and you want to put it somewhere that it doesn't fall or anything. We're going to start winding now, so grab your cable and grab your motor. Right here we have like some wax or silicone, whatever. That's where you want to start. So you want to loop it, probably leave at least 2 inches or so of cable, and you want to start looping it right there. So I'm going to start looping on this, and I know I have to take 10 loops. So what I'll do is going to be do 1 loop, okay? So that's 1. You see, you can count them from top to bottom. 1. Let's do it again. 2, 3. And on this point, you're gonna have to start getting organized, and you want to keep all the same level until you make another loop and there's no more space between the stator right here. So what I like to do is I actually take either some pincers or these right here, for example, which are just the pincers, plastic pincers, and I like to push it down. See, so I like to just tidy it up right there for the other loop to come. Other thing I found that it was pretty successful for me. The first time you do this is going to be painful as hell because here it's going to start hurting your muscles and all. So one way I found that it's pretty nice is that you actually just make a little loop right here at the top. As you can see, you go underneath and pull, and then you have another loop, right? 7, 8, 9, and 10. There are my 10 loops right there. So you can either continue to the right or to the left, whatever you want, okay? In my case, I'm gonna continue to the right, pull a little bit hard so they kind of tighten it up. Let's keep these 2, 1, 2, and you're gonna start looping again on the third one. And that's it. That's literally the same thing that you have to do for all. So continue doing this. I'm going to do it faster. Continue doing it, and I'll see you in a bit. Also, watch the whole video before you start doing it. You don't want to mess up this shit because then you're going to have to unwind again. Okay, so I finished all the loops, 10 loops per each one of these. You're asking yourself, okay, so what is next? So what's next is you're actually going to get this wire, probably leave the same length as this, so 2 inches or 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters, cut it right there just to have some space to play. You can also just get these 2, rotate them like that so they don't bother you while you're working on the others, and then you'll just untangle them again. And we're going to start with the other cable. So it's going to be the same process just on this side. And here is where you'll understand why I'm telling you I only was able to make 10 loops. And because each time you get another new cable, you'll have less space right here, because you already have the wire on this one, so this one will have even less space. So the last wire, I mean, is going to be a pain in the ass to put. But let's do this for science, bitch. So 1 loop, 2 loops, and carry on. Okay, so we finished the second one. Same again, leave some wire left, cut right there. Okay, so we're done again. Just the third one to go. Okay, so I'm on the last loop. I already took it. 10 loops per each one of the stator. I have also these 2. I'll cut it at the same length. So here, these are the wires that go to the motor, and these 3, you're gonna get them and you're going to twist them like that. Twist, twist more. I think you can stop there. Okay, you're not gonna get away with all that wire, so you can stop there, but you want them twisted. Okay, and here you want them split. Okay, so the next step is going to be applying some soldering right here so it keeps together. And it actually didn't record, but what I did was, after twisting it, I cut it, I applied flux on it, and then with the soldering iron I just thin it a little bit. I can also show you with this right here. I'll just apply flux, I'll coat the soldering iron with the wire, with soldering wire. I'll just put it. You see, it's not that sticky because it obviously has the coating, but if you get it hot enough, it'll just wear off. And this is what you want. Focus, please. This is, holy crap, this is right there. You see that little tip. On the other side, it also didn't record, but just so you know, this is the side that goes to the motor. So the only thing you need to worry about is that we are going to sand this down with either a sharp knife or something, or sanding paper, so we get the coating off. You can also do it with heat, but I like to just do it with a pretty sharp edge like this, and then cut it down, probably that length, as you see. And now we are going to tin each one of these wires. And here, perfect. Okay, first one, that's some excess I can take later. Second one, and third one. Nice. Now they're tinned, they are ready, so we can reuse this wire right here, this cable I mean. So if you take a look real quick, we have still the old cable, the old wire I mean, which is the copper wire right there. So I want to take that off. Now we want to get all these wires, and before you actually solder them, please get some heat shrink tubes and save yourself some time. Just cut a little bit of each and insert them in each of the cables. If you want to keep this, you also have to insert a bigger shrink tube like this, for example, before you insert this, just so you get all the wires. I'm just gonna cut this off at the end so I can actually put the other heat shrink tube right there. And now we can start soldering right there. So get one of the wires, your motor, and let's start. It's there. On the other 2. Okay, they're good. Pull just a tiny bit to see if it holds, and if it does, and you're almost there. So fear not, my friend. Now what I'm gonna do, push all the tubings, the heat shrink tubes, all the way to there. Get a lighter. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut here. I already told you, if you want to keep this plug right here, put the other shrinking tube before. If you don't, just cut the shit out of that and you'll be good. Now we want to strip the wires carefully, please. Okay, as always, grab, twist. You want to apply a little bit of flux. Okay, and we are going to tin this real quick. What I like to do when I'm tinning is just put here on the iron the soldering wire and then tin. Nice. If you've made it this far into the video, please give a like, subscribe, or tell me whatever you want in the comments, like cut your nails, whatever. We can now carry on. Now what I'm gonna do is going to be putting a thicker shrinking tube right there, so it just like tightens everything up right about there. Before actually shrinking it, what we're gonna do is put it on a board and see if it works. We have to put the bell. Now we need one of these bushings, put it in, push it down, and we insert the bell. The other one can actually stay here because we're gonna test it very, very softly, and it needs to rotate continuously. I'm gonna put it right there, so you know it's working. A possibility is that the motor is not rotating correctly, like in this case. If this happens to you, let me tell you that you're gonna be most likely having to rewind again because either you stripped one of the enamel copper wires or something went wrong. So let's desolder from here. Shrinking tube comes in. I'm gonna shrink it. And now, last but not least, a thick tubing to maintain them all. It just tidy the cable a little bit more. That's it. So get your beautiful stuff. In this case, it's going to be the brass bushing. You put it in, make sure that it fits correct. Now you're gonna put the C-clip right there. You can see it's very hard to see because it's very small, but you want to put like the C-tip right where the shaft ends. Now grab it like this and push it in. That's it. That's good. Rotor is moving correctly, but if you want, we can test it again just so you guys see as a finale. So we're gonna go and wire this in right there. I'm gonna grab it right here, and it's working. And that's it, pips. You now have your almost new again motors. I think the last step would be taking some sweet electronic grade silicone or any cold silicone you can find, and what you'll do is just take some of it and put it right there. And I'm gonna leave it as this, vertical, so while it dries it just covers a little bit more of this area. I think that's the end of the tutorial. Remember, this is a painful process, so just trust on yourself and have fun while doing it, and I'll see you in the next vid.